Hello, welcome back to a video. I'm going to tell a story. Okay. It's one of those few stories that it's like it makes you think about everything that that if it's true or not. Like, let's say ghosts, spirits, demons, things like that. Okay, so this happened years ago. We were still living in this house. That was in my high school years, I think, or college. It could be one of those two. And like this room, I always had things happen in this room, like all the time. And this was after, I think, a couple weeks after October of a Halloween. I was, I think, a pirate, and back then I had it's like a slide phone. Like, I don't know what kind phone it was. It was like a square slide phone from Metro, and yeah. So that day we had taken pictures and stuff. Like, I'm gonna start with that day. Okay, so we took pictures that day, my sisters, and we were in the bathroom, and we're just taking pictures, obviously, And what I did not notice is that couple weeks into that month, or wait, not really month, because it would be already November. So in the November of the couple first weeks, I was looking back at my pictures. It was already in the middle of November, I would say. And I noticed that something wasn't right looking at the pictures. And then I scrolled to the very second last picture, and there's a black smudge, or like it's like, I wouldn't say shadow, because then it would have been a full shadow figure, but it just looked like a black smudge, like on the picture, like literally beside me, not in between, not where my sister's on the other side's at, but like literally next to me on the corner. So I was like, what? Like, I wasn't scared. Like, I was just like, what the fuck is that? Like, what is that? Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that? And I went to my mom, and I'm like, Amma, like, look, what is this? Like, look what I caught. And she didn't really make anything of it. She was just like, oh, it's probably, something just, I don't know. Like, she was literally struggling what to say, but she was just like, oh, it's just it. Maybe it was just there was a shadow or something. Like, there was probably a smudge in the pictures or something. Like, she was just making up excuses to, like, I don't know, because I think she knew what it was. But anyways, continue with the story. After that, I was just kept examining it and just looking at it, and I'm just like, what the heck? What is that? And in between those weeks of the middle of November, when I had discovered it, weird things were happening. Like, I wouldn't say it wasn't like crazy or anything at the beginning, obviously, because it always starts like that, right? It always starts with something small, then it becomes big and everything. So at first I would feel like, every once in a while I would get this jerk, like not from being touched or anything, but like I just literally felt like something, like, just to jerk my body. Like, I'd be sleeping, and then I'd have this feeling of just jerking up something, like just waking up or moving. It's like a tense move, and I'd wake up like kind of freaked out, but I'm like, okay, I'm okay, and I'd go back to sleep. So a lot of that would happen. And then after that, like, I would just hear noises, like just noises, things in front of outside my window, because I live in a 2-story house, right? And yeah, I would hear stuff, but it's like I wouldn't see anything because I would look and nothing there. And then after that, it was a couple of days. It was like that. Like I would hear noises, and then I would jerk in my like middle of my sleep. And then that's when the sleep paralysis would start. Like where I would wake up and I just couldn't move, but I'm in a deep sleep, but I'm awake, if that makes sense, right? I'm thinking I'm awake, but I'm really asleep, and I'm just like, I can't move. And I know a lot of people, I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I've seen the guy with the hat. There's this very tall man with a hat with, and it's just shadow. It's just a very solid shadow figure. It's not even a silhouette. It's just a very so yeah. And literally I was scared in my mind. I was like, since I was in bed, like I couldn't move, I was like, what the heck? I thought it was a dream, but it felt real. So I was like, oh my god, I can't move, like. And I started to have a panic attack within myself. And then I don't know where, because like literally it wasn't even doing anything. It was just literally standing at the end of my bed, like this corner. But because back then I had a bed on this side right here. It was like a couch bed, if you know what I'm talking about. And it's just like, it has the rails on the sides, and then the rail on one side, right? And that's how I had it, and it was literally standing right there, and it was just standing there. It wasn't doing anything or anything, but I was freaked out because I'm like, what the fuck is that? And so yeah, I literally, after like half an hour of that going on, I literally just woke up in the morning, just like, what the fuck happened? And yeah, I was like, I don't know. I didn't even tell my mom, because at that point she was probably just gonna make excuses for me and all that stuff, even though she knew what was going on. And then things got more bad. It happened in a quickness, like within several days and weeks in between, like things really happened quick. I started getting my hair pulled. I started getting and then in between that, there's a story in between that, what I was going through, that had to do with a doll being possessed and me getting possessed. Like, I'm not lying. You could literally ask my mom. You can ask my sister. You can ask basically my sister, because she's deceased already. She passed away, but she saw it. My sister that passed away saw me going through like that. But one of my sisters did see me go through that, and my mom also. But yeah, so there's like another, I think I told that before. I'm not sure. I would have to go back to my videos to see if I did, because I did do a haunting story, but I'm not sure if that was based on that. But I would have to go back and look. But if I did it, I will tell that part of the story too. But I'm not gonna get to that in details. But yeah. So I was getting my hair pulled. Literally just yanked like that. Like, it was just like, just like someone pulls your hair, yank it, right? I was getting my leg pulled. I was getting pinched. I was getting my arm pulled. So in between those nights, I would hear noises. I would hear someone whispering my name, or whispering come outside, or I'm gonna kill you, like things like really things like that, like very, very powerful, hard words. And I was just like freaked out of my mind. Like, literally I was scared. Like, back then I had a weak mind. Like, I didn't know what to do, and I really kept everything that to myself. I really never told any of it, not even my mom, until like years later. And also I would like like when I would be in the house by myself, because at the time my mom was working too, and my dad was working too. And so I would be in my house by myself sometimes because my sister would go to school too. And I think this is the time where my sister, I don't know, it's the timing, I'm not sure what. I just remember that I would be, I think that's when it got escalated to that point. But the time that happened was when my sister, I think my youngest sister, was still living with me, and with us, I mean. And like all that happened. So fast forward, I had all that things going on right in my room. I was getting hair pulled, whatever. Like I was being attacked, basically. I'm just gonna say it like that because I don't want to go to details because it's very bad. So I'll just say I was being attacked. And fast forward to that what happened to me with the doll, that will be in a different story, a different YouTube video, whatever. Or if I already told that story, go check my other videos of telling a haunting story. And I think maybe that's where I talk about it. I'm not quite sure, but yeah. Fast forward, a lot of things were more happening. When I was by myself, I would hear like the dishes and stuff move and stuff, like someone's messing with it, or like little things would be missing, and then later they would appear. And then also like my door in the night, my doorknob would move, and I know it wouldn't be my mom because that door would not be locked. I'll just say that. Back then I never locked my door because we didn't have a reason to. Because my dad, I felt for some reason my dad being downstairs sleeping in the couch would be snoring, and so like that gave me and my mom comfort, like knowing that my dad's downstairs and nothing's gonna happen to us. And my dad liked sleeping on the couch. A lot of people say that, when we say that, they're like, but he loved sleeping on the couch. That was just him. The couch that we had was very comfortable, so he just loved sleeping on the couch. And, it's just, that's what he just liked. And, a lot of people didn't like that. But anyways, that's a different story too. But yeah, so it's like we had that comfort of hearing my dad snore. And he snored very loud, okay? And so when I would have those times where that knob would just turn, like that shit creeped me out because I would hear it. I'm not really a deep sleeper unless I'm very, very tired. But oh hey, cool. But anyways, yeah, so and then I would wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? And I would literally run to the door, like get the fuck up, and then lock that shit. And then I would have whispers after that, and I would not sleep. I literally did not sleep a lot of years because of that, and I had insomnia. And from that, so I did not sleep at all. I did not sleep. And also, fast forwarding to it in the 2000s, like in the 2020, 2021, 22, 23, it calmed down a little bit after that. And but then again, I started to all over again hear stuff. Well, after my sister's death, like, it was more peace, basically, because she was protecting us in that moment. And so after those 2 years of 2021, 2022, it was calm. And then the last year's and this year, a lot of things are happening again. This year, something did happen to me. I felt like it was my second time trying to get possessed by something. I don't know what it was, but something was, like, I kid you not, like, I have no reason to lie. I wouldn't have reason to lie. Honestly, I never think that things would happen to me or to a person that I care about, but you can't say never. So when I tell you this shit, I'm not making it up. I swear, you can ask my mom, or you can just ask my mom because she went through it, she saw it, witnessed it. It scared the shit out of her, and so yeah. But this is what happened, concluding of this year's of what happened. That when I was just laying down, just chilling, watching TV as usual, and I just started to feel weird, like just that feeling in your stomach, like you have a knot, like just. So yeah, I was chilling on my bed, and like I said, I was feeling very just not right. Like something was not right. And then I don't know where it's hard to talk about it because I haven't talked about it in months. So because this happened in months. This didn't happen like years or anything. This pretty recent of months. So yeah, so I started to feel like, you know how when you're in your bed and you feel comfortable and you're like stretching and like just feeling stiff and stuff like that. So it's like that's what happened. Like I started to feel very stiff, like my body was like tweaking and stuff like that. Like I don't know why. So I just thought I was just stretching. Like I'm just gonna stretch my body on maybe and whatever. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain that part, but it was just it. I just felt like I was stiffen up. Like my body was just stiffen up slowly. And at a point, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, why am I doing this? Like, what the fuck? Claudia, relax, let go. But I couldn't. That was the problem. I couldn't stop being stiff. Like, my body was just stiff. And I slowly was feeling this hate in my body again. And when I felt that, I knew it was all over. Like, I knew something wasn't right. Something was trying to get in my body. Something just was not right. And I literally freaked out, got out of my bed. Like, I was able to move quickly with the fear. I was able to just snap out of it and get my holy water. And I was just like throwing it on. I was literally like showering it with it. I was like everywhere, and I was just going like this, whatever, crosses, whatever I could. I was literally crying because something was like getting into me. Like I could feel it. Like it's a hard feeling to explain when you're being possessed or you're close to trying to be, or something's trying to possess in your body to take over you. It's very hard to explain that, and I sound crazy when I would, explain things like this to people. It sounds very crazy. You would be like, you're making that shit up, like, but it's like, come on. I would be the type of person to be like, I don't believe shit like that or whatever up until it happens to me. But I'm telling you, something in my body was like, you need to kill somebody. You need to hurt somebody. And that shit was like, I was crying. And so like I literally, when I felt like it wasn't working, the holy water wasn't working, I started praying. I started whatever I could. I literally got down on my knees. I started praying. And it was just not working. So I literally I was in tears. Like literally I was frantic. I was like just having a meltdown. And I just felt like something was holding me from breathing and holding me back from doing stuff. Like I just felt this energy being holding back against my body of will. And I literally fought to get up, fought whatever I had to do. And I have a cross hanging up on here. Let me see if I can show you guys. That cross right there. That cross, I literally got up and hold it. And I was literally just praying the shit out of it. And it's funny because only reason why I'm saying this is because my mom was the one that told me. Half of the stuff, honestly, I didn't remember. I'm only saying it because that's what my mom told me. From the point on of me getting up to the cross is all I remember. After the cross, I don't remember anything. So from here on, this is what I know from what mom told me. So the moment I get up on the cross and I'm praying, I'm guessing my mom says that she saw me, and she came up to me and she was like trying to get me off from it, like trying to pull me off of it, but I couldn't. Like she told me that she was trying to pull me off of it, and she was trying to get me to react, but I guess I wasn't reacting to her. Like I wasn't like listening to her. So I guess she said that she got freaked out because I wasn't responding to her. Like I was in my whatever own world. And until she pulled me off of the off the it's I'm getting emotional because it's crazy that I couldn't remember this, and the fact that my mom came and the fact that she pulled me off of it. She says, like, she gets me, she's trying to talk to, she's looking at me, she says that my eyes are just, she says that my eyes are like moving around. And I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember that. And it breaks my heart because I don't remember that. And she's trying, she like calling my name, like, Claudia, like, hey. And until she literally, like, and she hasn't, like, when she pulled me, she kind of let go. So the time that she grabs me is when I finally snap the shit. It's like I snap out of it. Because she only pulled me off. So by the time that she pulls me off from holding the cross, and you know, she's trying to get my attention and all that, and I'm not there. She grabs me by the arms and she sits me down on the bed, and that's when I literally just snap out of it, and I'm like, what happened? And I was just crying, like, oh my God. And my mom was like, and I was like, ¿qué te pasó? Like, what's going on? Ya acuéstate, ¿qué te pasó? And I'm like, I literally was broken down in tears, and I told her, ma, algo se quería meter en mi cuerpo. Algo, no sé qué era, algo se quería meter en mi cuerpo. Like, I'm getting chills right now and emotional because it's a strong feeling that was happening in my body that I could not explain, and I could not fight, you know? And it's scary that things like this happen. And scary, and you know, it's kind of crazy to think that you think that these kind of things cannot happen, but they can happen. You know, that's why you have to stay your faith has to be very strong. God has to be your first priority, you know. And when I was breaking down to her, it's like she believed me, because it's like she grabbed me, she was like, where's your holy water at? And I was like, it's right there. Like, it did not work. And I was breaking down, like, it did not work, Mom. Like, no, it didn't help. And so she was just like, she like did a prayer for me. She was like, I told her to hold my hand, do a prayer for me, and then that was it. I was able to sleep after that. And then this other time, it was just weird, because in when I know something's gonna happen, is because I feel a very heavy present moment. Like, I feel something heavy. You know how when you can feel people's energy, right? And it's like the energy when you feel like it's very heavy, very just like, oh, like it just, I don't know. It's just your chest feels like very like something's on top of it and you can't breathe. Okay. And that's how I know something's not right in the moment, when I feel that energy, and when I just feel like it's just hovering me, and I'm just like, ugh. It's really hard to explain, but that's like as much as close as I to explain to any of that. But that happened one time. Like, I just felt that hard energy on top of me, and then I feel like I was getting stiff again. But this time, I tried to ignore it. I ignored it. And I started praying. And then, I saw my mom passing by, like, my niece's room. Because at this time, I see her, and, like, well, I don't see her, but, like, I could tell she's there. So I'm like, Ama, ven, gáname la mano. Like, I tell her to come get my hand. And she's like, ¿y por qué? I'm like, ven, nomás gáname la mano, gáname la mano. And she comes and grabs my hand. And I kid you not. Whatever that shit was in my fucking room lurking, just vanished. Because let me tell you, when you go through a situation or a paranormal situation, and you're dealing with an evil presence, an evil identity, there's no going back. There's not like a moment where you're like, this is it. Like, this is it. This is from the shit from the movies. And I've only experienced that type of shit 3 times. Of something trying to attack me. Or trying to get into my body, if that makes sense. Other times I've gone many times attacked. But I'm not sure if it was the same identity, if it was the same spirit. I don't know. It could have. There's a lot of spirits that come through my room and come past my room and come through our house and come out our house. So I don't know. So yeah, and the recent thing that has happened to me, well, not to directly physically, but that I've heard, was this one time at night. And it's crazy how things only happen to me at night. So I don't remember much. I just remember I was in my room, like literally ready to go to sleep or whatever. I think I was watching TV. I don't know. Who knows? I don't remember. I don't know why, but I had this feeling of going downstairs because I was hearing shit. Like I was hearing noises out of my room. And I usually at this time I already locked my door. I learned how to lock the door. So something inside of me, something about me trying to go investigate shit. I don't know why I always try to investigate shit when you know damn well you ain't supposed to investigate shit. But I did. I went downstairs in the dark, literally. I didn't even turn on the fucking lights. Like I left the lights off and shit. I had my damn little flashlight. Look, this is what I use to go down there, and it's pretty, you know. It's you know, it's bright, but yeah, my dumb ass went downstairs with a light, and so I go downstairs, and I'm with the flashlight, whatever. I'm not trying to figure out what it is that I be hearing, trying to catch something. I don't know why. Like they said, you're gonna find out. You're gonna see something, and I didn't see nothing. Right? I didn't see nothing. I literally the windows were open, the little slides, whatever you call them, were open, so I closed them. And I'm like going out in the backyard looking. I don't go outside. I mean, I'm looking because shit, what the fuck? I'm looking outside, but I don't see nothing. I'm like I don't want to see nothing, but I hope to see something, but I don't want to at the same time. So then I'm like, okay, bye. There's nothing here. I run my ass upstairs quick as fuck because I feel like just something wasn't right. Something was right. Something was right. And I was right, like always. Once I closed my fucking door, bitch. Tell me why I be hearing a fucking female and a faint voice calling my name. Bitch, the fuck? I kid you not, bro. I lost my fucking marbles. I was like, excuse me? Like, why are you calling my name? Who the fuck are you? Like, I didn't say that, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? This bitch, I don't know what the fuck this bitch who was, whatever, I don't even care to know who it was, but they were literally calling my name, like, it was like, Claudia. Like that. And then it got more fierce and more very aggressive. It was like, like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit scared the crap out of me. Like, I was praying. Like, I literally just prayed for a whole fucking hour. And I called one of my friends. Like, I texted her and I'm like, girl, like, this shit's happening. Like, I'm fucking scared, bitch. Like, oh, hell no. Like, I'm fucking scared. And she was like, girl, like, you okay? Like, oh my God. And, like, lasted for, like, I think a whole 2 hours. Like, that thing was calling my name, and I was like, I ain't gonna open the door, bitch. The fuck? Who the fuck you? I mean, like, bitch. Like, if we're gonna be for real, like, can you just go through my door? Like, are you a spirit? Like, you can come through my door. Why the fuck do I gotta open my fucking door, bitch? No, that's a trap. Hell no, I ain't fucking stupid. But yeah, so I was texting my friend. I was like, bitch, I'm fucking die right now. Like, I love you so much. Thank you for everything. Like, I was already saying goodbye, bitch. I was already saying goodbyes. And I just, my best friend So yeah, and then I text my best friend, and this bitch don't text back. I'm like, bitch, I'm about to die, and you wouldn't text back. So my friend was texting me back, so I was talking to her because she was up, and we were like here back and forth. And I was just telling her, like, this bitch is saying my name. Like, what the fuck? I don't know you, bitch. Like, what the fuck? Like, how do we know each other? Like, you know? And she just kept saying my name. She was like, Claudia, open the door. Claudia, open the door. But not like that. Like, it was in a female voice and very more fainted. But it was, I mean, I could hear it, you know? And so that was going on for 2 hours. After those 2 hours, like, that shit went away. Like, I was just ignoring. Like, after that, I just had to ignore it. I really had to ignore it because that's one thing that I've learned in my ears. Things like that you have to ignore, because if you answer it, you're inviting them in. So I was like, bitch, just ignore that shit. Ignore that shit, because I was not gonna try to respond to it. It was wanting me to respond to it. It was wanting me to open the door. Like, I wasn't gonna do that shit. No, what the fuck? I'm not fucking stupid. I'm a fucking Mexican, bitch. And we don't do that shit. And so yeah, so I was like, can I call you, bitch? Can I call you? Like, so called her, we're talking on the phone. We were like trying to like, we were talking about it. I'm like, bitch, this fucking shit, this bitch trying to call me out. Like, the fuck? Like, this thing. I'm like, she don't know who the fuck she's messing with. And I was just talking shit. And my friend she thought she was dying. She was laughing. But I was like, bitch, it's scary as fuck. Like, oh, hell no. And then in between that, like, we were just talking, and then she was telling me her little stories, trying to get my mind off of it. And then we were talking about other shit, like that fucking movie, like Deliverance came on and shit. Like, dude, after watching that movie, I think that's what started that shit. I made the mistake of watching that fucking movie and watching The Devil House, because that shit, no, not on my watch, no. And so anyway, that's my fault. But yeah, we were just talking. She was telling me her little stories and this and that. And then her husband, like, bless her husband, I swear, he was like hearing the stuff that we're talking about, like, and I guess like he heard me, like, I guess he was scared and shit, whatever. And he was like, you know what, can I pray for y'all? Like, can I pray for you know that? So I was like, okay, girl, like, thank you, like, yes, I appreciate that. I need that right now. So he prayed with me, he prayed for me, he did a little prayer for me and everything for her, and all. Like, it was just beautiful, man. It was so beautiful. And then we were still talking, whatever. And then after, like, for, like, 3 hours straight, we said our goodbyes and this and that. And I was able to sleep. But, bitch, whoever the fuck that bitch was calling my name out, like, no, you better go play with somebody else, bitch. For someone who doesn't fucking eat to get drunk. So, yeah. Like, come on now. You're playing with the wrong person. But ever since that, I've really haven't had nothing happen to me. Like, and I'm so glad, because it's like, I be praying every day. I be going to church now even more. I'm trying to stay alive. Okay? That's like the most important thing. I'm trying to stay alive. I'm not trying to kill myself. I'm really not. And I made a promise to myself, and I'm gonna keep it. You know? And as much as the devil trying to get to me, I'm sorry, but you can't. You're not gonna get to me. Okay? You already took 2 people away from me. You're not gonna take me. And I think this is just a test. Everything that's happened to me, I think it's a test. And I'm grateful and blessed to woken up today. And I'm blessed to be able to have people in my life that if something happened to me, they'll be there. And so, you know, any of this kind of stuff that happens to me, I know it's the devil. It's the devil. It's the devil working, you know? And the demon's working for the devil. But one thing for sure is I'm a child of God, and, you know, the devil can't get me. You can't. Not even if you tried. You can't. Because my heart and my mind is stronger than that. Stronger than you. So, to end this, I'm going to thank God. I'm going to thank everybody that's in our lives. We're going to think that, you know, we still have, that we still have a place, that we still have the right to do what we want. We still have, okay, what else can I say? We have a home. We have clothes. We have food. I have a car. You know? Just little things like that. And I'm just babbling on here because it's just like, y'all have no idea what I've gone through and what I've been through. And it's crazy because I'm not trying to throw that out there for attention, but it's like, if I'm here, it's because I'm here for a reason. God was like, girl, you no, it's not your time yet. You still need to fight. You need to wake up and do what you gotta do because it's not time for you. It was time for them to go because I called them. And so it's like, that's how I see it. And I feel like God's giving me a chance to start new, to start fresh every day. Not just the New Year's. No. Just because it's a new year, you want to use that, of course, an opportunity to start fresh new. But no, God wakes us up every day for a new chance, a new opportunity to do better than yesterday. And I'll leave it at that. So I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, and I'll see you next on my video. Bye.